Welcome to Divine Touch Technologies. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell icon so that you don't miss the future episodes. Today I'll be going through Coreldraw toolbox tools, and I'll focus today on the big tools. I'll start by going through the pick tool, followed by the Freehand Pick tool. Then we'll summarize with the Freehand Transform tool for part 1. Welcome. I'll first go through the first option of the pick tool, which is select. I'll also go through positioning, then later transforming, and also skewing an object. When we click on an object on our screen or on our application, it becomes selected. The handles that you see along the edge of this rectangle here gives us an indication that that particular rectangle is selected. As I go through that first tool, which is the pick tool, as I told you that it is used to select. It is also used to position. It is also used to transform an object. Let's focus on selecting an object. If I click on this, and before we do that, again, you have to point on that particular rectangle, then click on it. Clicking on it gives us these handles along the edge, telling us that the object is selected. That happens to each and every object that you click on your screen. It gives you the handles at the edge. That means the object is selected. These points here. 2. When we talk about positioning an object on your screen using the pick tool, on your mouse you have the right and the left mouse button. In this case, you will use the left mouse button. How will you do that? You have to click on that particular rectangle, hold down your left mouse button, and drag either to the right or the left. You'll have position that object from this place to this other place. Coming back to the third option in our screen, which is transforming and also skewing an object on your screen. When you click on this object, the first thing that changes is you have the handles along the edge. When you click this image the second time, and let me do that, you see that they change along the edge from just the handles now to these options whereby you can rotate the image and also you can skew. Let's start by rotating this image. So you hold it down, pull it along or to any side, either to the right or to the left. You see it rotates the image. It rotates the image. 2. We have this other arrow here that shows that we can skew that image. I'll use the rectangle so that we get the right position on that. So let me click it the second time, then we use this one. I'll also hold my left mouse button and drag either to the right or to the left. You see that it transforms or skews the rectangle, giving us this different shape. Let me undo that. We come back to the same position. In addition to what we've discussed, we also have sizing or resizing. Pick tool is used to do the same. I'll demonstrate by using these 3 shapes that I have on my screen. I'll start using the triangle. The handles that we've discussed along the edge of these shapes, when you click, we hold it down and we drag it outside making the shape to be bigger. Then again we can use the same handles and drag it inwards, making the shape smaller. Using the rectangle, we also use the handles on the corners. The handles on the corners helps us to proportionally reduce or resize the rectangle. Same to this other handle here, do the same. I can also increase the size of that rectangle by pulling it outwards. Same to the last image or object on the screen. We resize by holding down the left mouse button and either dragging it outwards or inwards. We will have resized the object. Freehand Pick tool lets us select object by using a freehand selection marquee. The objects that are on the screen, to your right we have this number of circles and oval shapes with different colors. I'll use that to demonstrate how you can use the Freehand Pick tool to select selectively. So I'll first click on the Pick tool, hold down the mouse so that I can access the Freehand Pick tool. That is the second option. Like, click on it. When we select part of these shapes here, as you can see, it allows me to select a few items on the screen. Let me do it again. So as you can see, you can selectively select these shapes. Then I can pull that out. As you can see, it has left some other oval shapes outside. Let me undo that. Let me use this other point. Let me start by going this way, selecting this again. Then we complete it by coming outside of those selection. We will have selected this group of objects. It helps us to select a few number of shapes inside your drawing window without or leaving other shapes inside that particular page. Let me undo again. If I want to select maybe half of it, I'll start by going this way, coming up here, then going round so that I select all of them. Then I release the left mouse button. I will have selected this group of objects. I can also use the Freehand Pick tool on these other shapes on this other side. Already I've selected the Freehand Pick tool. So let's say I need two shapes from this other end. I'll start on the left side. I marquee around them. Let me repeat that. I marquee around this arrow and the call out. Then I'll have selected the three items. Then if I want to leave one of them, I'll do this to this other side. Then I'll have done the same thing, selected the rest except this other one here. So if I want also to click or select half of it, do that one around, then I release the mouse button. I'll have selected these items, leaving the three at the top. Under free rotation tools, we have free rotation, we have free angle rotation, then free scale tool, then the last one is free skew tool. Under free rotation, we have an option of rotating our image, and as it says up there, rotate the object by positioning the axis and then dragging a rotation handle. Free rotation, let me show you by selecting the option under the pick tool options, we have the free transform tool right here. The moment we click on that, we access these options at the top here, and also under the hints docker, we have some assistance on how we can use that tool. Let me start by going through the rotation option, and I'll use this rectangle here. When we want to rotate a rectangle or any object that you have on your screen, click first the place you want to rotate from, that is the axis, and also the anchor point. So I'll grab this corner here, hold down my left mouse button, then click and drag it downwards. So as you can see, it rotates. And the axis also, we have the top right corner being our axis. Let me change the axis. I'll grab the bottom left corner and do the same. So you can see it becomes our anchor point. And also you can see the handle as I move it round. Free angle rotation lets you rotate an object at an angle. As you can see the rectangle in the screen, we are able to rotate by first selecting the free transform tool. That will let us access the option and the property bar up here. That is a free angle rotation, and as you can see, the description says we can mirror the object by positioning the reflection axis and then dragging in a circular manner. I'll also use this example here, an illustration that shows how we can achieve that. This object that we have here can be rotated at this other angle, meaning either it can go to the right or to the left, bearing in mind that the center of rotation has been changed to the bottom of that particular object. That is free angle rotation. When we go to the free scale tool, let me select it at the top here. That is the free scale tool. The description says that change the object's dimension by positioning the scaling center point, then dragging. We need to have the center point, then also we need to drag. Let's assume we have our center point at that particular place. Place it there, then we drag. And in this case I'll use, let me correct that, let me undo that. Scaling of that particular, I think I had not selected the option, so let me select it, and then let us grab one of the corners. That is it. You're able to scale that particular rectangle, scaling it. And the description again, as we can see up here, says we are able to change the object's dimension by positioning the scaling center, then dragging our mouse to either sides. If I grab at the top right corner and I drag it upwards, as you can see, it is able to scale it up. If I also grab at this end here, it's able to do the same. As you can see. Last one is the free skew tool. Let's see that, and let me select it. The description again says slant the object by positioning the skewing axis, then dragging. Let me repeat that again. It says slant the object by positioning the skew axis and then dragging it. Let's say we have our point there. If we drag it upwards, it skews that image. If we drag it downwards, it skews it to the other side. If we drag it to either right or left, as you can see, it skews the image. Welcome. That is the end of part 1 of our series. In the following series, we'll be also discussing more advanced usage and also the rest of these tools that we have here. Welcome, and if you are new here, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and also leave your comment on the box below. Welcome.